Yeah, he does tend to BM a little bit on ladder, but he can't help it. He is Scottish, so the words just fall out of his mouth, just kind of naturally.
Big fan of Andy Murray, English champion tennis player.
All right, take it away, Mitch. Do some player introductions.
In the top right, spawning as the yellow Zerg player for me, is GNR's Fahrenheit. Both teams representing GNR, I think, unless Solo is not.
Spawning down here in the bottom left corner of 2,000 atmospheres, we do have our blue Protoss player. He is GNR's LiquidSolo. The Cactus Cup, of course, being mostly GNR active players, friends and alumni, pretty much. But these two actually still in the clan, so still the in-game clan.
Only 2 left.
I know they got the dedication.
Got a hatch first here from Fahrenheit. Pretty standard player all the time.
Yeah, I know he likes to open 12 pool a lot to counter cannon rushes, but I think he's just trusting that Solo's not going to cannon rush him because Solo doesn't do much cannon rushing. And so far looks like the correct decision there. But yeah, very standard game so far. So I was thinking before this match started, I was thinking Solo's best chance against Fahrenheit, because I think Fahrenheit would probably be a favored player on most days.
I'd assume.
I think Solo's best chance might have been to kind of turtle and go late game and play Sky Toss, because I know Fahrenheit. Everybody knows Fahrenheit hates spellcaster units, so if you can force him into a position where he really needs to go up and play like Viper or Infestor to get the win, that's definitely out of his comfort zone.
As well, you gotta hold off that big Roach Ravager push he likes to do. Big Roach heavy guy.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing is he also knows that he's that's not his forte, so he tries to kill you before we get there. But while I'm saying that, we do have a proxy pylon way up in the top left corner of the map.
Twilight Council. Maybe
Twilight
some
Council.
Invisiboys.
Yeah, definitely that's kind of what you would think according to that positioning.
And I'm not familiar with Protoss, but is Stalker first something you do when you go Twilight first, or does it matter your first unit?
Usually, yeah. Usually you still go Adept first and then into Stalker. Just because the Adept can get across the map and
get this Overlord too.
Yeah.
Supply block.
So usually when you go Stalker first, that means you're trying to deny vision, deny scouting. So
Fahrenheit also favors the Overlord speed, so let's see if he gets that this game.
Yeah, I think we're not gonna see it. Yeah.
Out of gas.
I think you're right. I think he would have kept 3 workers in gas to get the Overlord speed if he was going for it. I think he's got an idea that something's up, and he's trying to look around the map, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to spot what's in the top left. And so far, it's not invisible men.
Robotics facility. Warp Prism coming out. Speed finish. Just looks like a regular game to me, except this hidden. Oh, we're going Glade Depths.
Yeah, this is more or less Zest's famous glaive Adept build. It's just that he hid all the tech on the side of the map, and Fahrenheit did lose that first Overlord, but he does have these lings patrolling everywhere, so he's going to see the Warp Prism on its way out, and probably going to know pretty well what's up.
Pretty decent creep spread. There's that Dark Shrine dropping down.
Yeah, pretty common follow-up to that.
Lots of queens.
Yeah, this Adept timing from Solo is a little bit late, and hitting with a couple less units than is optimal. Well, now he's up to 8, but he's still about 15 to 20 seconds late. So.
Saw it with the Overlord, got the queens in position.
Yeah, the roaches are a little bit late this game, but since the adepts were a little bit late at the same time, looks like Fahrenheit is going to have all the tools to clean this up. A little bit of an engagement here. The shades do go into the natural, but the Zerglings have chased them. Zergling's going to be taking all this fire from the adepts instead of the drones, so that's exactly what you want there. Going to keep shading there, shading into the main. There's nothing in here to kill them yet. We'll be able to pick off a few drones here, but he's getting roaches and there's a queen in there, so not overwhelming damage. Meanwhile, the Dark Shrine is finished and there are DTs warping in.
We have no detection anywhere. Oh, we got a spore in the natural, spore in the main, nothing at the third.
No lair. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. These DTs are getting the damage done that the
The DDs.
yeah, oh no, it's the DTs. Oof. Yeah, he just started the lair too.
Third's definitely going down. Got charged coming up. Third base going down. Immortals. Solo's in a great spot here.
Yeah, he does have a worker advantage, and as a Zerg player, you never want to be down in workers there. A couple Lings going across the map to do a little bit of harass, but they're not really going to get much anything done. And just a tiny mistake out of Fahrenheit. I feel like he had pretty much everything defended, and then just didn't have a spore at the third. If he just had that spore, he would have had all the tools to defend that effectively.
I'm curious too if he thought maybe it was like proxy Stargate. The amount of queens and the later roaches.
It's certainly possible. Or perhaps he was trying to prepare to walk the queens across the map. Oh, and now my Siri wants to chime in.
Gonna get this base maybe.
Overseer there just in time. Ooh, he does cancel it. I don't know if he had to. Was it that low? I thought he had another swipe or
I
two. He
think
could
it
have
had another, 4 or 5 swipes before it was done, but Solo was doing some hot pickup micro.
It's true.
Got another base coming up here again at the original third.
Yeah, I think Fahrenheit's not out of this one, but it is going to be pretty tough from here. I think he's just going to have to play defensive and fend off whatever attack Solo has planned next.
Although he knows what's here, Fahrenheit still hasn't scouted any of the tech up top. If he just sent a few Lings up there, he might be able to do some damage, get rid of that Dark Shrine.
Yeah, it's hard to expect it to be out in the middle of the map though, and since Fahrenheit actually never scouted the main, he doesn't know that the tech is missing from the main.
Right.
So
Lost
that's a
that
little bit of a
first
hard
overload.
call. Yeah, and there is high ground over there, so I'm not really sure how he lost if he just wasn't paying attention to it.
He just had it sitting in the front, like right next to the cyber core, and by the time he started moving it, it was already too late.
Just too far away from the high ground.
Solo actually really spending his money very well as well. Maybe needs to take a fourth and get some of those probes out of the main, but
Yeah, he's actually a little oversaturated on
third as well.
on probes.
Without a fourth or just in general? Again, I don't know much about Protoss. Just in general or just without the fourth?
Well, he's oversaturated without the fourth. I think he's probably going to be powering up here and going for a big 3-base pressure, and then maybe just throw down a fourth nexus behind it without continuing to probe here.
We got some Mutalists in production here, +1 range, Baneling, centrifugal hooks.
Yeah, and they're Solo throws down that fourth nexus while he is going to be doing this push here.
Man, that Overlord's so close to scouting that stuff. Just send it a couple more feet.
Yeah. So it's a pretty big push with a lot of high tech. We're going to have some really well connecting Biles, I think, to hold this. He gets a couple there on the Archon in the front, but the Zealots are kind of quick to get on top of the Ravagers. The Banelings are in the back, and it's going to be GG.